ladies and gentlemen, dear brothers and sisters, distinguished guests, and fellow Malaysians. In the spirit of brotherhood and comradeship, we gather here at this solemn ceremony to pay respect and tribute to Saudara Karpal Singh. According to Shakespeare, Brutus did not have to praise Caesar. Neither do I, and neither does my partner need to praise the late Mr. Karpal Singh. Gigantic crowd at his funeral and during the wake has spoken more loudly and eloquently than anything else that any of us have to say at this solemn gathering this evening. It is my firm belief that even the late Karpal have left us, but he will live forever in our hearts. When I entered the hall just now, I saw Saudara Kor Ming, the successor of Karpal Singh, the future lion of Puchong. Written the message at our monumental wall. His message is simple: love you, Papa. Forever we will miss you dearly. Together we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is accurately fitting that for a memorial ceremony to be held in Perak, one of Karpal's bravest acts was to speak out on behalf of the people of Perak on their right to democracy after the coup d'etat in 2009 by BN, and he had to pay a big price for that when he was convicted or persecuted of sedition. Dear friends, as what Mr. Karpal has said, you knock down one Karpal, 100 Karpal will rise up. We can first have the veteran Karpal's memory by working towards the repeal of the law of sedition, not as someone has suggested that a pardon be sought, banish thoughts. As what Saudara Karpal always did, I would like to address you in my speech. No more saudara-saudari, like what Karpal style always did. Kawan, kawan. Kawan, kawan. Let me at once remind all our friends here today that from the start of his legal and political career, Karpal has upheld the principle of democracy and the rule of law. He fought tirelessly for justice, freedom, democracy, and equality in a remarkable period which exceeds 5 decades. Kawan-kawan, I have no doubt that legal historians will vindicate Karpal Singh's reputation by saying that his remarks about suing the Sultan of Perak were not seditious and within his rights as a Malaysian under the Federal Constitution. Throughout his career, Karpal had been in controversy and surrounded by controversy. For the right reasons, he is always on the side of the right and for the right people. Karpal was taken away suddenly, but he has lived 74 good years. His achievements are numerous, as much as they are momentous. When we mourn and grieve over his untimely passing, we shall also celebrate his achievement. Karpal Singh, a celebrated personality, larger than life, death shall not diminish him. Neither will the people of Perak and Malaysia forget him and all he has done in the political arena and in the courtroom. Kawan-kawan, because I am of a different generation from Karpal, I am able to have a more distant but more centered perspective of his many great accomplishments, be they political, legal, or social. To me and my party, we shall continue Karpal's unfinished mission. His whole political and legal career has been a long struggle to curb the excesses and misdemeanors of UMNO and its allies in the BN. We should hold the flag high to continue his struggle against corruption, anti-corruption, and toppling the corrupt Barisan national regime. This was the motto of Karpal's life and career. Today, the struggle against the BN continues, and I wish to warn the corrupt regime, jangan main-main. Kawan-kawan, Karpal sees through UMNO's self-interest and hypocrisy better than many of us. Every opportunity he had as a lawyer and a statesman was to publicly expose the misdeeds and the personalities involved. No one was spared, no matter how high or mighty. For Karpal Singh, only truth and the rule of law shall triumph. Karpal was, like many senior colleagues of his in the DAP like Kik Siang and Kor Ming, were detained during the infamous Operasi Lalang in 1988, a detention without trial, and he was also persecuted many times in court. All kinds of pressure have been put against him. I still remember the time he was ordered out of Penang Assembly as well as the Parliament, but he continued to fight like a man and continue to soldier on. Kawan-kawan, our nation needs healing, and Karpal's untimely death is a reminder to us that the task of nation building is not finished. We must show our great concern about what is the state that we are after more than half a century of misrule by BN, Najib and his predecessors. We are now in a more hopeless state compared to the Independence Day in 1957 insofar as race religions are concerned. We hope now that Pakatan Rakyat, be that us, DAP or PKR, will together carry the hope of the people and be able to create a happy state of affairs. The healing of our nation will take time, fractured and damaged by the racism and communalism practiced, engineered, fine-tuned and orchestrated by BN. Efforts to bridge the division created by BN must now be unhung before it is too late.